Hey guys, welcome to Composer Contest number 3. For this contest, we only had 2 judges, me and Saxophone. We have a new system in play called prompt difficulties. And here's me explaining that to Saxophone approximately 2 months ago. Enjoy! So there's difficulties now. The server members vote on the difficulties before the actual prompt. So there's easy, medium, hard, and expert. Easy, there's 3 really easy prompts, like simple stuff like use specific key, use this monster, don't use this monster. Very easy.
Okay.
But there's 3 of them. Medium, it's 2 challenging prompts, but most of the ones you have to choose from, they work well together. So and there's 2 of them. Hard, it's 1. You pick and you only get 1 prompt, but it's very difficult. Finally, expert, if they, for whatever reason, choose expert, they don't get to choose what the prompt is. It's randomly selected from a pool. And also every time, like for example, this one, they voted for medium, which means the next time there is not going to be a medium choice. You have to choose the other 3.
That's smart. That's smart. Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember seeing this. Log must be the only vocalist. Must use visual motif. Must include a halftime section. SOX solo. Only long or short notes. That's crazy. Long note pom pom. Must play every chord in the song.
The winners here were must use a specific motif and must have a SOX solo. Oh, I'm so sorry, forgot to explain this. The motif, that's the motif right there that just played.
You gave them a specific motif they had to use?
I don't know why I forgot to explain that.
You should have started with that, dude.
I just completely forgot to explain that.
You should have led with that.
Here's the motif that they have to use in their song.
Wow. 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 Wow, 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 wow.
And it can be transposed.
Oh man, we're about to hear a lot of like Toby Fox-esque songs where it's like the same motif in like a different medium. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, I chose that melody because I've used that in like 12 different songs.
I will say I did vote. I did vote. I think I voted for only lose long and short notes, and then must have a SOX section.
You voted for Fog too. I can see that.
Oh right, yeah. I think
that was a good one. A lot of like the best ones. I'll bring back eventually. They'll be recycled eventually.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, I think I explained everything. There's a new voting system, and that'll be changed. That'll be explained later.
Yeah, once we get into it. Also, the judges for today are just me and Cash. I can't believe he made me wake up at 2 p.m. on a Friday. Oh, okay, so someone sent you their .msn file.
Only one person.
All right, let's get into it.
First song by Unfunny.
I like the vibe we're going for already.
Yeah, it's funky. Okay. Oasis? Oh, I'm so sorry, forgot to explain this. The motif, that's the motif right there that just played. So
you gave them a specific motif they had to use.
Anyway, that's it right there. It's about to play the SOX play. So I guess they did both in one. 2 Tweedles.
Cool. I like this chord progression. It is funk A.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh.
Oh yeah. SOX solo. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. building back up.
Ooh, okay. I like where this is going.
Oh, what the fuck,
Oh,
Prey?
nice.
That is
Oh,
so
we're bringing
pretty.
back the motif. That's really nice.
Yes. What? They're cut
Let's
off?
go.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not used to Emerson Composer songs being this long.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, with the new update. God, this is so good. Bravo. Bravo.
That was amazing. Oh my goodness.
That was really good.
Yeah, you're right about the length. I forget. This is the first post 2.0.4 update. This is the only one from that too. I think the others were all submitted before that update came out.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
That was spectacular. I love the interpretation of the motif, and it was
Yeah, it
also
was really-
a SOX solo at the same. You're only supposed to, at minimum, do 4. I think it's like either 4 or 8 measures in whatever time signature you choose of solo. And Unfunny was like, no, I'm gonna just whole song SOX solo.
Yeah, like the solo came back to like the reprise with the solo where it was like in the like really calm section with the Fung Praise doing the Fung Prey and the Bogart doing the like held note chords. That was so unexpected. I love that part. That was really good. And the SOX solo when the SOX solo came on,
Yes.
so good. And also I really like the occasional like the riffs and the humbugs doing like that like shredding on the guitar like on the offbeats. That was really satisfying to hear. I love that.
It was kind of like a backup vocalist, but for the instrumental. Like they would just come in every once in a while, and do
Yeah.
something, and then back off. That was
Yeah, like a call and response kind of thing.
Yeah.
Woowi! It's Woowi. Is this what I think it is? From Kung Fu Panda? Oh my god, it is. Oh my god.
Like a crescendo.
Wow, that was so good.
There's the motif.
Oh no way!
Oh my, that fits so well.
Yo.
The readlings. I love the readlings.
What? How did?
Wait.
The time?
Is this? Wait. Okay, it's obviously the same file.
Is this a halftime section?
Is it? Yeah, it sounds like a halftime section. I mean, there's no like cut, so it can't be slowed down. It's got to be.
Yeah, there is no cut. That's impressive.
Oh. Wow. Oh. That was
so good. I love the use of the echo effect on the percussion. So you see there's the drumblers and the rare pummels on each side of the stage. They're like doing like echoes off of each other in the bomb burn section. They have like a little percussion echo and then it goes bam. That's so well done.
There's 3 reedlings and they're all playing one particular note of the arpeggios. And it's not.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
There they are.
That's really fun.
I thought the motif was blended in so well that at first I didn't even recognize it. It just fit in so well with the actual melody.
I didn't even realize it was the motif until you pointed it out.
Yeah,
That's how hidden in there it was.
Kind of sounds like Sail. I don't know if you know that song.
It kind of does.
Okay, we got Xynn here with the Willwood cover. 4 minutes this one.
Oh my gosh.
Buckle up.
I've never even heard the song before.
Me neither. Whoa.
Already off to a great.
Ooh. Love the Shelby.
That's so powerful.
Am I hearing syncopation? Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Damn, for only having a handful of monsters, this is really powerful.
No. Nice cut. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that another halftime section?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And the fake tempo
Whoa.
slow down. Oh my goodness.
Damn. Yeah, the tempo slowdown effect was so good.
What the? Oh my goodness.
that ending. Now, did they use the motif in there at all?
Yeah,
or,
that's
like,
what
did they fit it in?
I didn't hear it unless it just snuck in there somewhere.
I don't think they had a SOX solo. In my opinion, I
mean,
think the SOX solo the SOX
yeah.
felt like it was more like a background instrument.
Yeah, SOX
Was there?
very good cover, but it didn't really fit the prompts.
And this was by...
This was by Xynn. Okay, we got this one, and in my server, they're called Villager. This one is from, I think, what was it, Final Fantasy? I feel like Gas got a bigger solo than SOX.
That echo effect is so good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was the SOX solo too.
They threw the motif in the last 3 seconds. They just
Oh, is that what that was?
Yes, they just speed ran the whole melody.
That's crazy.
I mean, it was there. That's more than the last one.
Oh my
The
god.
last, like, the
Literally
last
threw it in at the end.
It's like
That's
1
crazy.
second. Honestly, with that rhythm, they could have snuck it in there anywhere. I don't know why they had to throw it in there. At the
You
end.
didn't have to throw it in at the end as if it was a joke. Take this seriously. Come on. I really like the effect of with the gas.
Honestly, this Gas solo after the SOX solo felt more like a solo to me.
Yeah.
This the riffing. There's also just a lot of stuff like the chromaticism. Loved it, but I mean it's a cover, so it's not.
Yeah, you don't get points off for making a cover, but we do like this original song.
Yeah, it's not points off. It's just like you're not getting points for compositional stuff because
Exactly. Should you put it on stage mode?
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, it's just a force of habit for you, isn't it?
I think it is an original actually.
Okay.
By Goosebumps for Dummies.
Already love the rhythm.
Yeah. I love that descending chord. Ooh!
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. That's very unique. Here we go.
I love just blasting that major chord. Yeah, Jubilee's such a weird one.
Yeah. And the Yule actually ho-hoing.
Man, is that high-end thumpies? You never hear that. Grumpire is also one you don't see very often.
And Blabbit? Ooh!
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh! Funky. Love that.
Oh yeah, I would say that was the SOX solo. That was really good.
For sure. I love when it cuts out and then it was just da 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 da.
Was that the motif at the end?
Was it? Wait.
I think it was with Gaston Funk Parade.
Did it really? Oh, I got the stupid bug. I get this bug all the time where the audio just stops.
That's so fucking weird. Oh yeah, I can tell. That was definitely the motif on there, yeah.
And it cut out at the end of the song too, because you could hear it like fade out, and that was the bug.
I thought the fade out was like
Wait a
no,
minute,
I don't know how the hell that would have been built.
That E natural down to the E flat. Was it?
I think it was. It was at the end, but it felt really good because all the other instruments cut out. Then you just get that little melody into the build up to the end. That was really good.
I assume what happened was they made the whole song, and then they were like, "Oh crap! The motif prompt won. I gotta put the motif somewhere." And so they made this ending. And I think if you're gonna put it at the end, that is exactly how it should be done.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't sound like it's just thrown in there. It actually fits with the song.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Incredible.
So that is the last song.
And you can tell that was original because of the like haphazard copy pasting of the monsters. Like, Blabbit will play this part, Grumpire will play this part. Like,
Gel Billy's gonna play with Yule. You know.
Yeah, like Gel Billy and Rare Quibble duet. Hello, crazy.
I know. Also, the percussion was very interesting at that one part with like it had like Scups and Yule, and then it was that was very interesting. Now I will explain our new voting system. The way this will work is every song will get points. The worst someone can get is 1 point. There's no 0 points anymore. That's gone.
Yeah.
How we're doing this is we're rating every song on a scale from 1 to 5. 5 being the best, of course.
So as opposed to the way that we used to do it, instead of doing it that way so that some songs don't end up with votes, we're rating the usage of the motif, the usage of the solo, and the song as a whole each on a 5-point scale. So every song will get some feedback at least, which is definitely for the best. So the max points you can get is 30 because there's 2 judges here. So if you get 5 out of 5 on each of the 3 categories from both of us, that's 30 points. So the max is 30 points and the lowest is, I guess, 6. This one had a really funky chord progression, and the SOX solo also went really hard. And I think so far, at least one of the other 2 that put the motif in the middle of the song. And it also made the SOX solo with the motif. So it did both prompts very well.
Yeah, combining them into one prompt. The only reason I wouldn't like that is because it can feel like kind of a cop-out. But since they, didn't just do the motif as the whole solo, I think it works.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the song in general, it's going to be a 4 out of 5 for me. I loved it. Thought it was great. Very funky. The solo, I'm gonna give the solo a 3. Although I think it was very well executed, I think there could have been more. It was a little repetitive. It was just like bum 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 bum. It was just kind of going up and down. Yeah, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was great, but there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, I would say. And the motif, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. But putting SOX on it, I don't know. It feels like the obvious choice to just put the solo monster that have part of the solo be the motif instead of incorporating it in some other way.
Okay, so I'm gonna disagree with you there. I think putting the motif on SOX was probably the best choice because it makes it stand out the best. And you're already having SOX do the solo, so I think incorporating both of the prompts together was actually like a really good idea. Not just like, just obviously it's probably what felt the most natural, but it just worked out so well. Like the execution was so good that I just can't fault the idea. I'm gonna give the SOX solo a 5 out of 5. I think when you compare it to the rest of the SOX solos that we have here, this is the one that stands out the most as a solo of all the songs we've heard today, because there were a lot of covers that incorporated a SOX solo into it, but it kind of meddled in with the background, and it didn't feel much like a solo. This part, you could tell that was definitely a solo. Like this one and the last one, I think have the best use of the solo. But I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 5 because I think it's great. 3 out of 5 on the motif. Kind of for the same reason that Cash said, but I think it works really well together. But I like the solo part more than I like the motif part. You worked it in pretty well. And I'm gonna give the 3 out of 5 for the song overall as well. So that's also
we had the same score.
Yeah, 11 points for me as well.
That is gonna be 22 points in total for Unfunny. Great
Congrats.
song. I feel like the solo on this one, either it was just how the original song went. I don't know. I don't know this song from memory. I don't watch Kung Fu
Yeah,
Panda
I only remember
religiously.
the intro. I only
But
remember the bam banana.
yeah, so maybe that was like some flute in the background playing that, or it was original, but it still kind of rides the chords and whole notes. So
Exactly.
it's nothing crazy. So I'm gonna give the solo 2 out of 5.
The solo, there were some parts where it felt really satisfying,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a lot of just like held notes. And when
Yeah.
I think of a solo, I think of like a jazz solo where you're like hitting a lot of notes really fast and it
Mm-hmm.
feels like throbbing. The last song did that pretty well, but this one it just there's too many held long notes where it just kind of fades in the background. It feels like it
Even
stands.
with some jazz solos, you'll have like whole notes be held out, but
Yeah,
they don't stick to the chords. You know, they take some
exactly. Yeah, they'll
flat
be
notes here and
accented by a
there.
lot of like
Yeah,
fluttery notes, and then you hold on a
that
note.
that's what really
It was
makes
like
a solo.
it was like whole note to whole note to whole note to whole note, and then like
hmm
16th and the whole note, then the whole note.
The motif execution, I'm actually gonna give a 4 on this one. I love how it was kind of converted to swing ish kind of. I
Yeah,
don't know
that was
what was
cool.
going on there. I thought that was really interesting. And I thought it fit perfectly well. Like if you heard this and you didn't know the original song didn't have that melody, you would probably just think it was part of the song. For the cover in general, loved it. I thought the slowdown stuff was awesome. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
that was really sick.
I'm gonna
From
give this a
you.
5. It's 11 again. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna give this a 5. Disregarding the prompt stuff, I loved what was done with all the tempo stuff and just in general, great cover. I love the reelings going on here, the percussion bouncing back and forth. Lots of great stuff in here.
All right, I'm gonna give you I already talked about the SOX solo. I'm gonna give you 3 out of 5 on that. It was pretty good, but I think the long notes kind of take away from it. But there are also some parts where it just sounds really satisfying. So I'm gonna give you one more point than Cash because just to my ears, it sounds like oh that's such a good note. But then I'm just like you could have done more with it, you know. So I still liked it, but you definitely got room to improve. 3 out of 5 on the motif, and then 4 out of 5 for the whole cover. I kind of like gave my opinions while Cash was talking as well. So there you go. That is 10 points from me.
That puts Unfunny at 22 and Woowi at 21. Okay.
Yeah. So Dr. Sunshine is Dead by Xynn is the next one.
In general, this 5 out of 5 for sure. Like it was great. It was really good. No questions
Yeah.
asked. If there was a motif, we didn't hear it. So this is a rare example. I'm actually going to give a 0 out of 5 for the motif because I didn't.
Yeah, I
hear
think
it.
that's deserved.
I didn't hear it. If it was there, sorry, but
Straight up, like
should have
yeah.
been clear. And yeah, SOX. Was there a SOX solo?
No, because for the whole thing, I was kind of waiting for the other instruments to drop out and then for SOX to take the lead, but they could just kept adding more leads. Like they added more toe jammers, they added more tweedles, the humbug took over, but there was never like a part where the music cuts out and then you hear and then SOX takes over. SOX plays for the whole thing, but it never felt like a solo. So
Yeah.
I would say 1 out of 5 on that solo there.
'Cause I don't even know what was supposed to be the solo.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
Even though I gave it in general a 5 out of 5 for just how it sounds fantastic. Loved it. That's gonna put you at 6 points for me.
So yeah, 0 out of 5 for the motif. We just couldn't. If it was there, it was too disguised and it was not. You know, it was not hearable. And the other songs, you know, they hit it, but we found it anyway. Yeah, like I said, 1 out of 5 for the SOX solo because it was kind of there, or like it wasn't there, but it felt like it wanted to be there. Like I was just waiting for a moment for the instruments to cut out in the background and for you to add like an original little flair or like a SOX solo in there because I doubt the original song had anything like that. But the cover was just really good. It was a really good cover. I'll give you 4 out of 5 on that. It was really funky. I really like it.
And again, like the SOX solo, I don't even know if there was supposed to be a solo, but I just gave a point anyway because like it was definitely present and it did a good job at playing music, but not a solo.
Battle on the Bridge by Villager. This is the one that was a
The motif at the last 1 second. See, the thing about this, I think the solo is incredible, but I don't know if it's just how the song goes, you know?
You know,
it
it
sounds
doesn't-
like they took a solo that already existed and just
yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure how to rate that. Because I
know,
think it's
right?
great. I think it sounds really good. But here, let's listen to the original song.
I guess I'll go first if you're still thinking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll give you 3 out of 5 on the SOX solo because I can tell that you just copied the original, but copying the original does, even like just transcribing a song that's that fast and that complicated to a Muslim composer is still really impressive. I'm also going to give you 5 out of 5 on the cover, just mainly because it's such a fast song and the arpeggios. I know from experience that copying down arpeggios, whether you did it by looking at sheet music or whether you did it by ear or whether you found a piano cover, it's still really difficult to do in composer, and those crazy arpeggios are just really fun. So yeah, I'll give you 5 out of 5 on the cover. And I kind of it feels like you disrespected the motif by just throwing it in there at the end really fast. You could just skip to the end of this cover again real quick just so we can hear it again, because it felt and the fact that it cuts out before it's even done, it felt like you disrespected the motif more than you actually used it. But we gave the last one a 0 out of 5 because it wasn't there. I feel like I have to give you a 1 out of 5 because it was there, but I'm only going to give you a 1 out of 5 because you threw it in at the end and you didn't really incorporate it to the rest of the song. So, yeah, that's a 3 out of 5 on the SOX solo, 1 out of 5 for the motif, and 5 out of 5 for the covers. That's 9 points from me.
Obviously, I'm also going to give the motif a 1 out of 5. Like, it was there, but, you know.
Barely.
It was
just
condensed
barely.
into 1 second at the very end, and it cuts off. It doesn't even finish playing. It's funny though. I mean, that's hilarious.
It was. It did make us laugh.
The solo, I'm gonna give that a 3. Pretty much what you said. I mean, it's not easy to transcribe stuff like that, and it sounds good. It sounds great, but it's also not original. So I'm not gonna go above a 3 there. I'm between 4 and 5, leaning more towards 4, but also that gas was. I'll stick with a 4, I think. Gas carried. I feel like gas...
That's like another knock against the SOX solo. It felt like it was a gas solo more than it was a SOX solo.
If the prompt was make a gas solo, that would have been a 5. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4, just in general.
1 for motif, 3 for solo, 4 for cover. That's 8 points for you. 17 in total.
I forgot how the song went, so we're just going to listen to it again.
Yeah, honestly, just put it on again.
Oh, it's this one. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, I'm glad we listened to the whole thing again. So far, of all the songs we listened to, I think the first song does the best use of the SOX solo. This one was also really solid. I'm going to give you 4 out of 5 just because the SOX solo was done really well. Like, you also layered a bunch of different notes against each other, so it was just one SOX obviously on the stage, but it was doing harmonies with itself, and that's really interesting for a solo. I really like that. It just felt a little bit like muddied in the rest of the song. You could definitely tell it was supposed to be the SOX solo, but
and
it just
also,
kind of felt like it blended in with the background a little bit.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Also, they had.
Oh, go ahead.
I turned SOX the volume all the way up because it was like at the middle of the volume bar, and I had to turn it all the way up because I couldn't even hear it at first.
So yeah, I'm gonna give you 4 out of 5 on the solo. I think the first song does the solo better, but usage of the motif. Cash, if you could do me a quick favor and just go on like the little bar here and go to the end again. So good. Okay, you have the best usage of the motif of this whole contest. 5 out of 5. That's a 5 out of 5 from me. And I'm also gonna give you 5 out of 5 on the song as a whole. Like, it's just so creative. It's oozing with creativity. I love it. That is 14 points for me, so 1 point off of a perfect score. That was it was just so good. It was so creative. Oh my god, just the vibes were immaculate. I loved it.
This is a really good song, and it's original too. I mean, obviously, you're not gonna get that like percussion breakdown in there. That doesn't exist outside of composer. I'll start with the solo. So I thought the solo like towards the end was the best kind of feature SOX had there, because where the music would like stop for a second and then it would go ba-da-da-da, and then boom, and then back, and it's wow, love that. The only thing about the solo is that they kind of felt like a duet, because Funk Prey and Gast were also playing the same exact rhythm as SOX was playing. And I know it was like a harmony, but it felt more like a duet than it did a solo at times. So
like a solo with accompaniment.
Yeah, I don't know, because like accompaniment would be more like they're just kind of in the background, but it felt like both were
like a shared
the
solo.
main melody. Yeah, it felt like a duet.
I got you.
So I'm only going to give that 4 out of 5, which is still, I mean, it's still high. I still thought it was great, but there's just that one little thing.
Yeah, that's like second best ranked SOX solo.
Yeah, the motif, it's not just thrown in at the end like the other one was, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
That if you're going to have to sneak it in somewhere, just kind of have a little fade out outro thing. But it wasn't the entire melody. It was only half of it.
Oh, that's also true. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna give a 2 for that. I'm gonna give it a 4, just in general.
That's a 10 points from you.
Which means,
yeah, you are our winner.
yep, Goosebumps for Dummies. You are the winner here. 24 points.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Honestly, yeah, this is how I would have ranked them anyways. Like,
Yeah.
this ended up.
I like this system because it's not like you don't have to think about what's the best one because you just do all of them and then it's like, oh, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly.
The last time we had like 5 people tied for second place and then Woowi was in first and no one had third place.
Yeah.
So now we have a definitive first, second, and third. Goosebumps first place, Unfunny second, Woowi third. All deserved. All did a great job.
Congratulations, guys.
Congrats to everyone. Thanks for participating.
And also, let this be a lesson to you. I want to put a little message here at the end. Let this be a lesson to you to not be afraid to change up your covers, because obviously, you know, Cash allows you to enter covers. But you know, changing them up a little bit, adding a little bit of flair, it's always welcome. It always adds a little bit more creativity for us to judge on. That's not just, well, you know, did you transcribe this like note for note, or was it unoriginal? So, you know, obviously covers are great. Like, everybody does have some composer covers. Fuck, I do composer covers like constantly, right? But you know, in a creativity contest, don't be afraid to change it up a little bit, you know?
If someone spams notes for their solo, that's going to be infinitely better than just copying what the cover already did, because you're making something there.
Yeah, like the one guy who didn't use the motif at all, and the one person who put it in at the end, like, they got 1 point because they put it in there, you know?
Yeah,
it was still a
like,
cover.
It's there,
but they threw the motif in at the end. They got at least 1 point than the person who didn't put it in at all. Like, you tried to do this last week and I slept through it, but you know, I had a really bad case of the Deltarune brain rot and I stayed up higher night playing the game. And then so I woke up the next day at like 4 p.m. being like, damn it, I was supposed to judge with Cash, no. Do you have an outro for these, or are we just gonna keep rambling until the video ends?
Oh, no, I just, if something is funny, I'll put it at the end, and if not, then I just delete it.
Okay, cool. Well then, stay tuned for the next poll, people. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.